Thanks for staying with us here on TVC Breakfast. It's now time for us to look at what the papers are saying this morning. I will be discussing this with my colleagues, Etoma, Veronica, and Ria. Right, so the screaming headline, the main headline here on the front page of the Nation newspaper reads, Federal government allays fears over 14% Trump trade tariff. Economic team assessing impact on budget 2025 assumption to determine response. Also above the masthead, we have police disperse protesters in Abuja, Port Harcourt. Aiyedatiwa gets ultimatum to pay minimum wage, varsities others. 19.4 billion naira contract fraud. BPP director testifies against Sirika, and APC governors visit to Buhari, a show of unity and strength. Etoma, if you look at this story, federal government allays fears over 14% Trump trade tariff. Economic team assessing impact on budget 2025 assumptions to determine response. So countries are now adjusting, they're reacting to the Trump trade tariff because Trump felt, it's lopsided and it's just time for them to ensure that people do not, exploit the country. Yeah. China has reacted with 34% tariff, tit for tat. You give it to us, I give it back to you. But Nigeria, UK said, yeah, we are kind of comfortable, and we're in a comfortable position to argue this out with them. What do you think about that of Nigeria's?
Well, Nigeria's, first of all, it's 14%, I think, thereabout. Yeah, it's not as much as what the tariff we charge on American goods that are coming into Nigeria. Yeah. Yes, it might be a shift. That's why the economists are coming together and say, hey, what are we actually losing? But from a layman's point of view, we are not losing anything. We are charging 30-something, and they are charging 14. What it will do is that Nigerian products in the United States will be more expensive, and vice versa. Because of those tariffs that are on top, the monies you need to do those international businesses will go up, and that always comes back to the consumer. Let's see, maybe when the economists finish and we see the figures, we'll be in a better position to say, okay, we are good or we are not.
That's right.
Because even according to Mr. Edwin, he said they are going back to the drawing board.
And see what they can do. Exactly. Veronica, what's your take on this very quickly?
Well, we are where we are now. Let us see how they will adjust to all of the impact and shocks that could come up as a result of this increase in tariff from Trump, especially on oil prices, which is a major determinant of our budget, how we do our budgeting, how we do our planning, how we do our projection, and all of it. And so that also reflects on things happening back home in terms of projects, be it physical, be it whatever kind of project you're talking about. So I hope that we do the calculations right in such a way that the average man on the street doesn't feel the impact as such.
But certainly Americans will definitely also feel the brunt because some of them are saying that Trump should reverse this, this policy. But that brings to question the BRICS, countries coming together. India is like, my leg is here, my leg is not here. Why don't we think of de-dollarization? It's another time for us to think what countries should we export our goods to, not just America alone. Exactly. How should we leverage the BRICS nation, the currency they are pushing forward and all of that? So it's a wake-up call to us.
We have other trade ties we have trade ties with other countries and all of that.
China.
Yes, China, in fact, we've been developing our relationship with China. And also, I think that African countries need to look at how can we come together and build a united front.
So we trade among ourselves.
Exactly.
And then move ourselves forward. But then we do not look in that direction, and I'm wondering why. Because we have the AU, we have every other thing, and what kind of conversation are we having when it comes to these kinds of issues and how they affect us?
That's right. Blueprint is next. Following Trump's 14% tariff on export, federal government to review budget parameters, sustain oil mineral production volumes. Use opposition to unite Nigerians. Abbas charges Alafin Owade. Above the masthead will engender well-trained, tech-driven, modern police. That's according to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Labour Party back to the trenches. After Supreme Court judgment, Abure lays claim to party chair Obi Oti fixed neck for April the 9th. But the question is, the Messianic party, you know, remember in 2023, yes, we had like the Messiah and all of that, now seems to be finding difficult to save itself from problems.
It's even the way they couched the headline. They say back to the trenches. but you see, it's sad. I keep talking about the fact that the opposition in Nigeria keeps disappointing me in particular. I'm talking about myself. I don't know about others. I'm wondering how it is so difficult for you to have a united front, knowing how crucial and critical you are to our democracy, knowing that you say you have something to give Nigerians, yet you're not walking the talk, you're not doing the needful, you're not cleaning house, you're not just doing what is needed to ensure that you stand as that opposition that perhaps Nigerians can look forward to. It just baffles me.
That's a party that is not in power.
Honestly, the disunity in Labour Party is quite alarming. You know, I can't remember the name of the actor that left, but once he left the party and everything he had to say about his head, I'm like, you know what, this is getting too much. I feel like when there's no unity, how do you even expect people to try to put you in next time? How do you expect people to have trust in you? Because you are opposition and look at what is going on around you.
Not even in party,
so it's very scary.
But quickly, Toma, let's move on to daily independence, and probably you might find this interesting. Police dispersed protesters with tear gas in Port Harcourt, Abuja. I guess, you know, we're kind of like talking, how did this protest go in Lagos and etc. But it's still within the right of Nigerians to, you know, assemble, according to Section 40 of the Nigerian Constitution. That, you know, for them to protest and all of that, but they have to do. But I guess overall, we didn't record any casualty or more problems.
Yeah, sorry, and I think that's why the police dispersed the protest as early as they did, because they were trying to forestall a breakdown of law and order. Yesterday we were talking about protests like this being hijacked by people. I believe that's why the police had to do that. Number two reason that I think is that how dare you do this on our day? You know,
you want to take our shine.
You want to take the shine from us. The only holiday we have to rest.
My happiness is that there was no casualty at the end of the day.
And I think Lagos was peaceful as well. I didn't hear anything from Lagos, so my Lagosians, I'm quite happy about
Nobody
that.
disturbed the Eleki, don't worry. Everywhere was kind of cool. Nigeria News Direct is next. We'll leave no stone unturned in ensuring effective policing across Nigeria. That's according to President Bola Tinubu. Declares April the 7th National Police Day, commits to police reform, pledges to create a well-equipped, tech-driven police force. Yes, that's what we'd like to see, even though we were talking about bringing up state policing. Others are saying that is not the way to go. But some are of the opinion that we need serious policing, and not just, you know, effective policing, but we need a tech-driven policing where we will have adequate data and then we can identify everyone who has committed crimes.
Absolutely. I like the fact, number one, that the president is recognizing their effort and also ensuring that their welfare is taken care of. These people do so much for us. It was in 2020 that we all realized, you know, the role of policing in Nigeria.
That's right.
Because we saw what happened when all of them went off the streets. There was a breakdown of law and order and all of it. But we know, like you have rightly pointed out, that there is more needed to be done with regards to ensuring that they are properly equipped with modern equipment so as to address the challenging times that we're facing. We see the dynamics of insecurity changing as the days get by, and so they need to get the equipment that can address the issues head on and as quickly as possible, their response as quickly as possible. So I believe that we'll be making more commitment budget-wise to these persons so that we can get them all they need.
And just to quickly, just to add to that, I feel like we should not let one bad egg destroy the way we think about the police, because I'm telling you, Veronica, we have good policemen that are putting their lives down and are doing the job really well. And I'm really happy with what the president said as well, that because when we talk about policing, it's a very pivotal part of the country, because they bring security and others. So I was really happy that he hammered on the fact that
that's why it's very important for us to recognize those who are doing good, not just punishing those who have done bad. But when you recognize people, will see it will
encourages them.
The society to do
My
more.
concern is that we don't have enough policemen in Nigeria. We should employ more. You know, Nigeria is one of the should I say worst policed state, because yes, we are so under-policed. It's like one policeman to 40,000 Nigerians.
And then some of them also, you know, attached to VIPs. You have ratings of them, you know, traveling here and there with them. So they need to withdraw most of them so that we'll have enough policing. Right, this Nigeria is next. Insecurity. Federal government must act fast, decisively, Northern senators condemn Plateau killings. Mark decries persistent herdsmen attacks on Benue communities. I guess we talked about this yesterday. Very worrisome. Nopeng Pengason rejects NNPCL plan to recruit top management externally. World Health Day, experts call for improved medical care for mothers newborn. Because of our time, let's move on to Daily Trust. Split in Hajj Commission. Board members accuse chairman of abuse of office. Body's activities guided by rules. 6 killed, 59 abducted as bandits attack Katsina community. And this, I would like us to talk about it because of the health concerns. Why lung cancer is silently killing Nigerians. And if you look at what the WHO says about this, said about 90 to 95 cause of this lung cancer is due to smoking, and whether you are active or you are passive.
Smoker,
a secondary smoker. So I guess this is a wake-up call to all of us, Veronica.
Well, absolutely. Okay. There are those, we've always talked about this matter of smoking and the impact on a lot of persons. But the one that worries me is that of secondary smokers. Yeah. You're not smoking, but because someone else is smoking beside you, it affects you the more. But then we must begin to take critically our health seriously.
That's right.
We must begin to look at how we can address these issues. Yes, we know that some persons it's an addiction and they cannot get out of it.
Some is just fun.
Some smoke for smoking for fun, really?
Well,
when you are killing yourself.
It starts as fun. It starts as fun, and then it goes
before
on,
you talk, I want to signpost
Mm-hmm.
something which a slogan is a maxim that I learned growing up. We all know it. Federal Ministry of Health warns that smokers are liable to die young. Nothing stuck into my head right from childhood.
Yeah.
Yes. And let me tell you something. Even when you buy the cigarette, you see there that smokers are eligible to die young.
But then the way it is written is so small.
No. What wake-up call do you need again? It's even on the pack when you buy it.
No. Some persons, like we said, they smoke for fun.
But
some
you smoke for fun to kill yourself.
No, so see, for them it is that moment. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm taking in this. It's just like those who abuse drugs and they know that it can destroy.
I wanted to say something.
Yeah, I said in most cases it starts as fun, and after a while it becomes an addiction. Yes, but if you smoke, if you don't smoke, if you smoke, be very cautious of the secondary smoker.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go far away.
What about you?
Do your stuff.
What about yourself?
It's your choice. You're an adult.
Right.
You get? It's your choice. Where minors are smoking, that is where the problem would be. Yeah. But as an adult, really nobody can tell you, hey, do this.
And I think you mentioning, underage smokers is also a concern, because if you look at some of the way they are designing it, the smartwatch now. I saw a video where they will just remove the upper part
and even vaping.
And then the vape.
And vaping is like the worst thing ever. It's worse than smoking.
So we know how deadly nicotine, benzene, and some of those.
But most of them, because we're seeing someone do it, we see it in music videos, we see it in movies, peer pressure. Yes, we see it just around us, so it's easily accessible. That's you could just cross the street and find it there, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, for young ones as well. I think parents should really, because people, when we come to what we see on TV, a lot of children see so many things that they may want to try. So parenting, we need to really work on that, because talking about smoking and it's not the best, especially when you get addicted to it.
You'll be shocked how many things your children do that you do not know.
That you do not know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Keep your ears and your eyes open.
Friends will say, God will help me watch
God just God.
But you need to do your part. God will not come down. So you need to do your part.
No, you definitely will talk to them.
Guys.
You definitely will monitor them. A lot of mothers go into their sons' rooms to ransack and see if they'll find cigarettes or they'll find anything incriminating. Yeah, parents do that.
Did that happen to you when you were young?
Oh yes,
Something breaks my memory. You remember this mat made of you just cut it off, light it up, and then you smoke.
You used to do that, obviously. Ibrahim, did you ever do it?
I think I did. Back in the day. Now, Platform Times is next. JAMB uncovers 585 forged A-level certificates for arrested. 13 fake IJMB cases on the probe. Wow. Crimes and criminality starts from younger age, and then we have parents that are enabling this. This is not what we want to see. And then you start saying, yes, I tried my best, jammed me. I didn't get admission, but what did you do?
Parents that are aiding and abetting that kind of bad behavior, they are laying a foundation for a terrible country at the end of the day. Let these children read. Let them pass. Let them pass because they worked hard to pass. Let them fail because they did not work hard. You know, but parents just, I think it's the school fees. You know, if this child fails and has to repeat this class, that's 1 year school fees wasted. You know?
Then rather you should put that attention in making sure the child is learning.
The other issue is that some parents feel, oh, look at Mama Rekia's children.
They are doing well.
Doing well. But then my own, no, there's no way. You don't bring disgrace to my family. But then what you're inculcating, the training that you're giving that child, you're getting that child grounded, and so it is important that you make that child grounded at that point, so that the next level of life the child understands and they can be firm. Because when you talk about fake doctors, the situation we have in different places,
it started from
there because you keep pushing them, you keep trying to help them. Let them help themselves.
That's right. Nigeria, Saudi Arabia signed MOU to deepen war against drug trafficking. It's that time now that even though the NACON2, they're having their own internal issues, you know, leadership issue, they are signing MOU to deepen war against drug trafficking. Some people will go to Hajj, but they are not there for the pilgrimage. What they want to do is, you know, traffic drugs. I can't imagine.
Which is very bad. How do you traffic drugs in Saudi, a place of Allah? Like, Allah will just strike you down.
No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You know, God is so...
must be very fearless to do that.
Is so benevolent, so benevolent that it will give you that time, respite you, you know, so that your sin will be so you know, so large, so that your punishment will be very big. Punch newspaper is last, and I understand that we have little time, but I want to touch on this story. Local government autonomy. Government block council chairman from opening CBN accounts. Governors tighten grip as central bank rolls out stringent account opening guidelines. We always call governors emperors of their state. Why do we advocate local government autonomy, restructuring, through federalism, and then you're stopping council chairman, local government chairman from opening their own accounts to deepen democracy? What is going on?
And grassroots development is faster if local governments are handling. But you see, the experience we've had over time is some local governments turn out to be the czars of their local governments, and they spend money as if it's out of
because
fashion.
of our time. Ria, I guess we need to start identifying these governors and vote them out.
Okay, but let me tell you something quickly. It's a two-way kind of thing. The issue is very dicey, because when you look at it, the role of a governor is to make sure that you are monitoring what the local government chairman is doing with monies and all of that.
But there's separation of powers.
But wait, let me explain to you now. My problem is sometimes, like he said, these local government people, we know that we've heard stories. So I'm not supporting, of course, they are going against the Supreme Court, which is wrong. But sometimes, you know, let's understand that local government chairman too, sometimes they used to
friend of governors.
Who is monitoring the government?
Let's very look at
who is monitoring local?
It is us. It is us. Checks and balance. Local legislators and judiciary. Checks and balance. That's why we are also here as citizens to also ask questions.
No, but I agree that if the Supreme Court has said that it should be done, but I'm just saying maybe these are the reasons why they don't want that.
Yeah,
Veronica, unfortunately, we don't have that
time. Right. But I think we need to start dealing decisively with these governors that do not want governance, you know, democracy, true federalism to hold firm, have a firm foothold in our country.